Let's start with Olympiacos. They lost to Monaco. This is the third loss in a row for them. The last time they dropped 3 games in a row was in 2022. Before this stretch from mid-December, they lost only 1 game. And just right before the playoffs, Olympiacos got into this slump. I saw that Evan Fournier asked for support. And my question to you is it a warning sign for Olympiacos losing those 3 games? Is it something to worry about? Is it something, nothing, or everything? How do you look at it?
That's the same question you always like to ask.
Yep.
Something, nothing, or everything. I think that's something. I'm not going to say it's everything just because they have so many injuries. Only 7 players played each of those 3 games. Vildoza played only 1 game. Williams-Goss out. Thomas Walkup has been out for quite a while. The centers as well. Moses Wright came back. But it's just there's no consistency with their lineups. Bartzoka said that after the game. I see some concern, in that. But for example, I don't see a concern in that they're shooting only 30% from free in those 3 games, while the entire season average is 38%. So I think that one is going to go up. They missed a lot of free throws.
Man, that's what's going to go up.
58%,
sure. 19 from 33, and in the last 3 games they were shooting free throws only by 60%.
Yeah.
Like their previous record average was 79 or something. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't add up.
Yeah, and Mustafa Fall, I think, missed all 8 free throws in the last 3 games in the EuroLeague.
Wow.
But like Shaq McKissick yesterday had a chance to tie the game in the end. It was like 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. He missed both. So a lot of these little details. But there is something I wanted to
just
tell
one
you.
last thing,
Yeah,
just
go
to add
ahead.
up to those strange things like Shaq McKissick missing those free throws. We mentioned those free throw numbers in general. Shot selection in the last possessions of the game against Monaco, like taking some really bad shots, not Olympiacos type of shots. Just the hesitation offensively in general, to me, it felt like they're hesitating for something. There was this transition play. Olympiacos were free against 2 Monaco players. Shaq suddenly stops the transition play. I mean, in a lot of cases, it feels like they're trying to find a better shot, although they're already in a good, they're having a good look to make that shot. And when you look their numbers during this stretch, I know it's connected to the defensive side, but they were averaging only 73 points, second worst average in the EuroLeague in these last 3 rounds. Their offensive rating was bottom 3 as well. 3-point shooting, as you mentioned, 30%, free throw shooting 60%. So to me, it goes to some confidence, hesitation. I don't know if they're afraid to get that first seed or whatever, because
they want to ditch it, man.
First seed never won the EuroLeague, so I don't know what's happening, but it's some strange stage of Olympiacos.
I'm not sure if they want to ditch it on purpose. For sure not. But
But the way they look, it feels like it looks like.
Yeah,
they wear a suit of guys who try to do that.
It feels like they know Pau is going to drop to the 4th spot, so they kind of want to avoid that potential semifinal matchup. Okay, but like conspiracy theories aside, okay, because I don't think they're trying to do that. Last 3 games you mentioned their offense has been bottom 3, and aside from all those weird lineups, playing Sasha and Peters at the same time, injuries in and out, it's like their offense has a hard time against these tall, lengthy teams that do switch a lot. And this is the team profile that they played in these last 3 matchups. Because Zvezda can do that. Zvezda, when they want, they can offer you a tall-ass lineup with that switches a lot. As well, Villeurbanne team, same thing. They are super athletic, great defensively. They swarm around around the court. And Monaco also, when they want to do that, they can do that. It's not always they're doing that, but they for sure can turn up the notch defensively, and they can switch now with Daniel Theis. So you have Olympiacos losing to kind of a same profile teams that do similar things defensively. And if you add Fenerbahce, who Olympiacos lost twice this season, both games, I think, by 10 points, you have a kind of a profile of a team that's like a kryptonite for this Olympiacos this season. But of course, maybe they're facing one of these teams in the quarterfinals, although Fener, Monaco, it's not very likely, as well is out. So the only maybe concern is Zvezda. But, other than that, it's just something. I think they're in a slump. Not the greatest time to be in a slump because you kind of wanted to grow before the playoffs. But I think it has a lot to do with the lineups, with the health, with them being in the first spot. And, first or second or third in the EuroLeague does not matter as much as, being in the top 4 and not being in the top 4. So this is the things I'm seeing. And defensively as well. With these lineups, in the end, Monaco, like Mike James, had to attack and target Sasha Vezenkov and Evan Fournier. Or Alec Peters. That's barbecue chicken, like for Mike, as Shaq would say. So, they just attacked Monaco that one play where whenever who is guarded by Sasha Vezenkov comes up and sets a screen. And, if they switch, Mike can attack Vezenkov for Peters, or they can throw it inside, and that's where they miss Thomas Walkup. I think that also has a lot to do with it. Sabin Lee is not the same type of defender, especially after switches. And they scored like 8 points in a row, just exploring Vezenkov's defense in the fourth quarter. And a lot of these little holes, like Mike went by Evan Fournier in the end of the fourth quarter just to score 2 easy points. So a lot of these little details, but in the end, we can go back to those numbers you mentioned. And I'm not that, scared about this Olympiacos slump.
Okay, guys, so we have some great EuroLeague Panini cards on our table, and today we're gonna unpack the Prism Hobby Box that includes one special card with an autograph of the EuroLeague legend, 15 Prism cards with special features, and 25 inserts.
And where can you find it? On traceandchase.com using our special code BasketNews5 for a 5% discount.
Exactly. And we're going to do a blind unpacking. We're going to pick our blind starting fives from those.
No redos.
Exactly.
You have 3 seconds to choose your whether you're taking this guy or this card into your starting five or not.
And this is the first day, guys, we're doing, so don't be worried.
So I'll be showing cards to you, and you have to decide on the spot whether you're taking it to your starting five or not. We'll be unpacking 3 packs, which means it's going to be 15 cards. Out of those 15, you'll get 5 cards in your starting five. Let's start.
Let's go, my friend.
This is my favorite part of the podcast. Let's go.
Sasha Vezenkov.
Of course, in.
Okay.
Immediately?
And this one is nice. Some special features.
It's okay. Tyler Dorsey.
Out.
Okay.
Not surprised.
Ooh, this is an autographed
No
card by
way.
Chris Jones. I'm afraid you're gonna say no, right?
Of course, in. Chris Jones with an autograph.
Wow, with an
Amazing.
autograph.
This is the first
You
autograph
got
that I
lucky,
got.
man.
Lucky
And
bastard.
this one is special.
I mean, it is special with an
vertical,
autograph for
horizontal.
sure.
Yeah. Chago Splitter.
Hey, man. This is Chris Jones and Brandon Davies autographs on this card.
Double.
So double. Wow.
Okay.
2 players and 1
Yeah,
card.
exactly.
Sorry,
That's the
man.
first
I
time I've
didn't
seen
even realize.
something like that.
Okay, let's
wow,
keep going,
really?
guys. We got Chago Splitter. Sorry, I think it's Chago.
Can I later remove him from my starting
3
five?
seconds, bro.
No.
Okay, out.
And
Bring him back.
Victor Claver.
Out.
Okay, next.
A lot of Valencia guys on my
Next pack.
in my pack.
Ooh, very checkered, nice little card but Nikola Topic. NBA player.
Let's say in.
In.
Unique card,
Okay.
prospect, future star.
You're choosing non-EuroLeague players.
Legendary. Get hyped, Nikola Vujicic. Get hyped, but it's from Anadolu Efes days.
But still, it's Nikola Vucic, so I'm taking Nikola.
You're getting hyped. Okay, you know how many cards you still have? 8 left.
And you have only 1 pick.
Yeah, one
Okay.
pick left. Modulo.
Out.
Okay, I knew this one.
I think this one will be
Nikola
quick.
Melli.
Out.
Mirsad Turkcan.
He's actually great. He's one of the top
not a bad
rebounders in the
card
early
either.
history.
I mean, he would fit on the non-EuroLeague player 5 that you are going to have at the moment. So
But let's say I'm keeping
Out?
my options open.
Okay, next.
5 cards for 1 player.
Maudolo again, but a bit more colorful.
Wow. This one is nice, but sorry, Maudo.
I think you don't have that many good options left. Uroš Trifunovic.
Sorry, Uroš, but out. Hey.
Mustafa Fall?
Who do I have?
You got one big guy,
Man.
Vujicic.
And how many cards left?
3, including this one.
Okay,
on,
fall
no.
in.
Fall in. And my friend, you made a good decision because next is Brady Manick.
Ooh, that's a super rare.
And the last one?
Nigel Williams-Goss. So I think you made the right choice.
I
Okay.
did well, I
Good
did
call.
well.
Good call.
Nice starting 5.
Good call.
Once again, traceandchase.com, BasketNews 5 for a special 5% discount on these boxes of cards.
But I just wonder, what would be their way to beat those lengthy athletic teams? Do they have the right personnel, or the weapons that they could have, they're not just being utilized at the moment, or they have some issues like Mustafa Fall? I mean, previously you could rely on him more, especially during this stretch. I mean, it's not like Olympiacos wanted to play that small ball 5, with Peters and Bezenkov. Usually it was Fall, closing those games on a solid note. So what's not clicking there? I mean, they have guards. They have great guards. Nigel Williams-Goss was in a great shape. Sabin Lee, he can beat you on the switch as well. What's missing in that department?
Now with the players they have right now, I see a lot of lineups that they have 3, let's say, non-shooters from deep that the other team does not respect. For example, Sabin Lee has 0 3-pointers in these 3 games,
Which is crazy.
I mean, he's not a shooter, so.
I mean, but you cannot leave him open.
But teams are doing that. He shot only 4 threes in these 3 games. Like he's teams keep distance from him. So you got one player. Then it's Shaq McKissick. Teams have always
Usual suspect.
Yeah, keep distance from him because they're afraid of his speed as well. And then you have, for example, Mustafa Fall as well. So that's 3 guys you can keep distance from. And then Nigel Williams-Goss also is like, he's not a shooter, that you are super close or that can make a shot off the dribble, like a mid-range, okay. But he's also, in the last 2 games, 25% from deep.
Yeah.
So I think it has a lot to do also with the spacing and the spacing of these lineups that Bartokas has to play again right now. And but they have weapons. I mean, Fournier is also not playing the greatest recently.
Oh, no.
Last 3 games, almost 13 points, but only 35% from the field.
26 from free.
Yeah.
Even Bezenkov, 35 from free. Nigel Williams-Goss, you mentioned. Shaq McKissick, 29% from free. Only Kostas Papanikolaou was 40% and above.
Yeah, so it's tough because you don't want to have a bad slump in March, but at the same time, I don't think there's one huge problem that they cannot solve. Like there's this team profile thing that I've talked about, but I think with this roster they can do it for sure. Offensively, for sure. My main concern, like for the playoffs of Olympiacos, is their defense. It's their defense that has been a question the entire season. But if those players step up, they will be for sure okay. But I just wanted to talk about a couple of things that I saw in that game. Like the most,
and it's not like it's not only about Olympiacos. I'm also not so concerned. Just to add this third pillar, I would say that they might be just waiting for the playoffs. I mean, they're just like the season was too long, a lot of stuff. So let's just get real. They want some real games. Of course, the question that I had was, do you think that they're still gonna get the first seed now? Because, okay, their schedule is amazing. I mean, they're playing Alba away and Maccabi at home. But if Fener wins today against Baskonia, so they have a tie and they have a head-to-head advantage.
Yeah.
So Fener is first, and they still have 2 games remaining then against Barcelona at home and Bayern away. It's not an easy schedule.
It's not. Everything is in Fener's hands right now.
Yeah.
Like they don't have Bayern away is pretty tough. Like you could see even yesterday, they won against Partizan, and they won away in Barcelona just a couple of days ago. So only 3 teams have won in München this season. So, but I think at the moment everything is in Fenerbahce's hands. But as I mentioned, is there a big difference between the first and the second seed? Apart that the first seed has this EuroLeague curse that you can't win the title. So I don't really see a big difference between the first and the second seed. And maybe you're right. Maybe that has also played a part of why there's no this sense of urgency right now in the way Olympiacos play.
Yeah.
Like you can feel it. They understand they're not playing for anything right now.
Yeah. And they're playing against good teams.
Yeah.
This Monaco team and the way they displayed their performance last night was solid.
I mean, where do you want to start? Because I want to start just
X factors, no?
X factors.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about Daniel Thijs.
Okay, he's not an X factor.
He's not an X factor,
core
but
player.
He's too good, man. He's so good.
But they won the game with him being fouled out.
I know,
That's
I
another
know,
thing.
but that's another thing. They have so many options. Like
Apparently, Jaite is a game changer.
Yeah.
Against Žalgiris, he scored like 10 points in the first few minutes of the fourth quarter to set the tone. And now, I mean, he was great and just rolling to the basket, even passing the ball. I remember like maybe in the first round, he was just passing the ball to the stands like twice or something. I think against Žalgiris, sorry, it was last season. Anyways, and now, I mean, he's being solid.
Yeah, and you have him. You have Motiejunas hitting a couple of threes.
Blossom game scoring 18 against Olympiacos.
And against Žalgiris, he was great too.
Yeah.
With his energy, offensive rebounds, made some shots as well, great cuts. Just use these opportunities. And I think what I liked about Monaco is that in both games, they did not need Mike to be their hero for the entire match. They just needed him to be fresh in the end. Like, he did a lot of good things against Olympiacos, but like against Žalgiris, he was barely defending for 3 quarters. I mean, they were targeting him on every possession, Žalgiris, and they did a fantastic job at doing that.
Yeah, he was keeping his energy for, Olympiacos
exactly.
game.
And he was keeping his energy for the fourth quarter and overtime to win it, and then for Olympiacos. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't need him to be great for 40 minutes, like Žalgiris needs Francisco to be. You have Daniel Thijs right now, who is a beast, like vertical threat in pick and roll. At the same time, he runs the floor well. He seals his man very well. His IQ is amazing. Like that one play where he just blocked 2 people and Mike scored a layup late in the fourth quarter against Žalgiris. Like, that was such a quick thinking move. Like, his processing speed of his brain is amazing. And at the same time, he can also do the pick and pop. He can pass the ball around. He has played like 6-7 games in the EuroLeague. You already see a great chemistry and like how he understands already the way his team wants to play. So, I mean, if he was for the entire season in the EuroLeague, he would be in the first or second team all EuroLeague for sure.
First, if Lazor is injured, right? If he's healthy, sorry.
Why not?
Sorry.
Why not?
I think Lazor is more impactful. I mean, Thijs is great. We're talking about the EuroLeague first team and potentially two best centers in the league.
Yeah.
So, and you need to show some consistency. So
I know, but I'm seeing consistency in these 7 games. And just all the things he does on the court. It's really I think it made Monaco, like, it took them to the next step. Like, before I consider them as a Final Four team. Now I consider they can really, really win the title this season.
Okay.
So I think that's what he changes for Monaco.